Welcome back to episode 16 of Confidence Reset for multi-passionate language learners who are looking for some encouragement, motivation, and joy along the way. My name is Emily from Language Travel Adoptee, and for all the language learners out there who are extremely self-disciplined, driven, motivated, ambitious, and goal-oriented, and also sometimes feel like it's really hard to slow down and be kind to yourself, and it's hard to really do that non-productive thing that you do enjoy, but your language learning ambition tries to guilt you into not doing, this video and food for thought is for you, especially for those who grew up in a society where hustle culture, productivity, little rest, and constant striving towards the highest achievement. To determine your worth, you are not alone, and I have definitely been influenced by the fact that it's easy to get wrapped up in all of our ambitions, our passions, keep on chasing our goals without really ever slowing down, nor feeling the effects of what that does to our bodies until much later. That comes in the form of burnout, especially if you grew up in any competitive environments, either in school or you had a family whose values were very much on par with this whole hustle culture thing. They might have placed high expectations on you that really didn't align with your values, but you didn't have even time to find out who you really were at first as a kid, actually, so you kept on doing what they wanted you to do. Maybe you've also found it really hard to truly acknowledge and celebrate what you have achieved, because of course that requires a little bit more slowing down, and who has time for that? I personally felt for the longest time that I had to achieve the highest proficiency level in all of my languages. I had to hurry to speak however many languages because those were the videos on YouTube that were getting the most attention. And I felt pressure to look just as capable as all these other people putting out the same similar videos with other language learners, especially because language learning was such and still is a huge passion of mine. One of my main passions, actually. I find myself either being really being down on myself, blaming myself, criticizing myself when my fluency naturally went up and down in my languages, or when something in my language learning journey didn't exactly go like I wanted it to. And especially when I made this YouTube channel, right? Being online, again, felt a little bit like being back in my high school classroom with all the competition. So if you feel like it's hard to slow down in language learning, you might feel most worthy when you have outside accomplishments to look back to. You might see rest as something earned instead of something that is within your right as a human being to do. Feeling any of that. Know that it is not all on you, right? We all have a responsibility to move forward with what we do with this information, these realizations about what has been feeding our subconscious behavior for most of our lives, right? It is not your fault about the environment that you grew up in, that to deal with the really intense pressure cooker environment that you grew up in, that trying to achieve the most to get your basic needs met of feeling good enough. It's not your fault. The ideas, subconsciously or consciously, that were put into your head that you might have used as a coping mechanism, and we can't change anything first without being aware of and validating the past. And as you grow even a little bit more, be gentle for yourself, forgive yourself for doing the best that you could with the information that you were given. Again, you are not alone. It is not all on you for feeling the way that you do. It's not your fault that you feel that pressure, that urgency. If you would like more language confidence with me, check out our most recent up here.